When my wife, Emily, announced our annual family trip, I expected it to be like every other year, relaxing, filled with laughter, and a chance to disconnect from the noise of life. She had been planning it for weeks, booking the cabin, buying snacks for the road, and packing early. But one evening, as she sat at the dining table scrolling through her phone, she casually mentioned, "Oh, by the way, Ryan and Chris might join us this year." I froze. Ryan was her ex-boyfriend from college, and Chris, her ex-husband. At first, I thought she was joking. But the way she avoided my eyes told me she wasn't. "You're serious?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. She nodded, sipping her tea like it was the most normal thing in the world. "We've all moved on," she said. "They're both still friends, and I thought it would be nice to have everyone together, you know, like mature adults." My stomach tightened. I wanted to believe her, but something about it felt wrong. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept imagining the awkwardness, the forced conversations, the way I'd be silently compared to the men she once loved. I didn't want to be that insecure husband, but no amount of logic could quiet the unease crawling through me. When I confronted her again the next morning, she sighed. "You're overreacting, Tom," she said. "They're part of my past, not my present. Stop being jealous." But it wasn't jealousy, it was about respect. I couldn't understand why a family trip had to include people who once shared the same romantic history with her. I told her it made me uncomfortable, but she brushed it off, saying, "You can either come with us or stay home. I'm not changing the plan just because you're insecure." Her tone cut deeper than she probably realized. I stayed quiet for the next 2 days, trying to decide what to do. Our kids were excited, and I didn't want to ruin their happiness. But every time I imagined myself standing beside her while her exes joined in family activities, laughing and sharing old memories, my chest tightened. Finally, the day before the trip, I told her I wasn't going. She was stunned. "You're really not coming?" she asked, her voice rising. "You'd rather stay home than be with your family?" I nodded. "If this is the version of family you want, then yes. I'll stay." She glared at me, muttering something under her breath before storming out of the room. That night, I helped the kids pack their bags, kissed them good night, and wished them a fun trip. The next morning, I stood at the doorway watching as Emily loaded the car. Ryan and Chris were already there, chatting casually. They waved at me like old friends, and I forced a polite smile. Emily didn't say a word. She just got in the car, started the engine, and drove off without looking back. The house felt painfully quiet after they left. I tried to distract myself with chores, but my mind kept replaying the moment she drove away with them. Was I wrong for refusing? Was I being immature? But deep down, I knew I'd done the right thing. Some boundaries shouldn't be crossed, especially in marriage. 2 days later, she called. Her voice was strained. "We're coming back early," she said. I didn't ask why. When she returned that evening, I could tell something had gone wrong. She avoided eye contact as she unpacked the car. The kids seemed unusually quiet. After they went to bed, I finally asked, "What happened?" She sighed and sat down. "It was uncomfortable," she admitted. "Ryan and Chris argued most of the time. They brought up old things. It was a mess." I stayed silent, letting her words hang in the air. For the first time, she seemed to understand what I had tried to tell her before. "I thought I could handle it," she continued softly. "I wanted to prove that we could all be mature about the past. But it wasn't worth it. The whole trip felt wrong without you." Her voice broke slightly, and she looked genuinely remorseful. I nodded slowly. "It's not about being mature," I said. "It's about respecting what we have now. You don't invite the past into your present and expect it not to cause trouble." She looked down, nodding in agreement. Over the next few days, things were quiet between us. She tried to make it up to me, cooking my favorite meals, spending more time together, and apologizing without words. I didn't want to hold a grudge, but trust once cracked doesn't heal overnight. Weeks later, she suggested we take another trip, just the two of us this time. I agreed, hoping it was a sign that she had learned what mattered most. And though I still carried the memory of that awkward choice she made, I also carried a small hope that maybe, this time, we'd leave the past where it belonged.